For those of you that keep up with YouTube channels, especially those that deal with the economy or banking or cash, things of that nature, you hear a lot of different opinions. Now in 2021, I saw individuals predicting that every month in 2021 a stock market crash was coming, and of course that did not happen. Now the same people are predicting a stock market crash in 2022, which is possible, of course. But I want to share with you information that comes directly from people who are in the industry and not an opinion or a speculation based on something that I think personally. We have several banks that we have used for many years here in Cleveland, Tennessee. We have a personal relationship with those who were over the banks, etc. So the other day, my wife and I were at the bank working on some paperwork for a transfer of some income to the ministry. And one of the individuals that we know quite well, that we have worked with for many years, I began to ask them some questions about the economy of 2022. The first question I asked was this: will there be an interest rate increase? And this person said yes. We have been told from the top that there will be probably a total of 3 interest rates increases over small increases over a period of time in the next couple months or throughout this year. And of course, we began to discuss what difference is it going to make and how it would affect people who are making loans when those rates are increased, and if the federal government begins to increase the interest rates as well, how is that going to affect inflation? And that's not the part, though, that intrigued me. The part that intrigued me was something that she shared with me about mortgages and housing. And I'm going to try to explain this the best that I can, and there have been individuals on YouTube channels of their own that have gone into this in much more detail, but it was confirmed to me that this was true. She said, if you will remember, during the height of COVID, the government passed a law that said that you could skip your payments for a period of about 6 months and wouldn't have to pay them, so that you would have the income for other things. And there were people, of course, that were losing their jobs, so it sounded like a good thing. She said, however, the government did not make clear what happens to the payment that you have to make once you have used up those 6 months. Now let me explain. The way she explained it to me was this: most people believed when they went ahead and signed this paper and said that we're going to not have to pay for 6 months, that money that they owed would be put on at the end of their mortgage. Let's say, for example, that you owe 10 years on a house and you went ahead and skipped those 6 months. Most people assume that at the end of the 10 years, then that extra additional money you would have to pay would happen at the end of your payment. And she said when people would come into the bank and ask me about it, I would tell them what the truth was, what the actual facts were, and they were surprised because almost none of them knew it. And that is that those payments are going to have to be repaid, not at the end of the mortgage, but very soon. For example, I want to use this fictitiously only to illustrate to you. Let's say that by the time of March, your bank comes and says that your payments, which were $2,000 a month for six months or $12,000, are due to the bank. That means you have to pay them. You have to either go into your savings account, you have to come up with a loan, you've got to do something to come up with that money to pay it. And she said, what I believe is going to happen is there's going to be a lot of people. And she said, if you take the entire United States, it will be hundreds of thousands or millions of homes that are going to be lost because the people are not able to come up with the amount necessary to pay that 6 months off for that time period that they did not pay, which will be coming due again, not at the end of the mortgage, but will be coming due sometime probably in 2022. That's what we've heard. So I said, so you're telling me that there may be people? She says, oh no, not that there may be people, there will be people. And she said, one of the things, and this came from another person, not this particular person that we deal with at our bank, but another person said to me, they said there are companies standing in line right now that if people, let's say 6 to 10 people lose their home, they're ready to come in and buy it up because the market has been so high. Now, If people began to lose their homes by, let's say, hundreds of thousands of homes, what that would probably do or likely do is bring the prices down on housing, because there will be a glut on the market of available houses, which does not exist right now. I know here in Bradley County in Cleveland, Tennessee, where we live, it's very, very difficult to find a home to purchase. In fact, people are wanting to sell their home because they could get a good price out of their home at this present time with the market as, quote, hot as it is. But these same people are saying, but what are we going to do? Because if we go to buy a home, one, they're not available, and number two, we're going to be paying a lot more for it. So they're kind of in a quandary right now of not knowing what to do. I know that we are going to make available soon one of the most beautiful pieces of property in the entire area of Polk County, Tennessee, which is right next door to us here in Bradley County, which is a huge, massive cedar lodge with beautiful cedar steps that are actually cedar logs cut in half, and a dormitory and a deck right along the, I believe it's the Ocoee River. And so we've got, I think, 13 acres, if that's right. There could be up to 20. I haven't really checked the papers. All of that's going to be put up on the market because we're selling that to help build a Holy Land museum, and we're going to use the income from that. So there will be, for all of you on the West Coast that can sell your home and come in with cash, you may have one of the greatest values and most beautiful pieces of property in the area that's coming available through our ministry. Now, please don't call us the office or call or check on it because it's not up yet. We will actually do a YouTube and Facebook video on that. But the point I want to make is that there's no question about it that because of the situations and the shortages and the breakdown of shipping and so on, etc., inflation is very high. It's costing between 11% to as high as 30% more for whether it's a used car or an automobile or groceries, and everybody can see the impact of that. And so this is what happens when you put in professional politicians instead of people who are business people who know how business and banking should operate. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Read into that whatever you wish. But I want you to give us a thumbs up if you're learning things through our YouTube channel. And also please subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of brand new teaching we're going to do in the very near future. And also please watch our Manifest telecast, which comes out Friday on our YouTube channel. And also you can watch it on many of the Christian channels here in the United States and also around the world on satellite as well. We appreciate your love, your prayers, and the support over the years of the work that we're doing. Thank you so much for your time, and may you use the wisdom of the Lord to direct you in the days ahead. There's an announcement coming right after this. Please watch our ministry announcement of something special for you. In 35 years of hosting the main event, which is America's yearly camp meeting, this year's gathering was declared by 4,000 attendees to be the best yet. I was inspired to release new prophetic downloads the Lord gave me, including messages exposing satanic plots that are now distracting you. All of the morning speakers shot the arrow of God's revelation right on target to help us through these difficult times. On the opening night, I unlocked the concealed prophetic message in the Jewish New Year 5782 and the coming Gregorian year 2022. I also detailed how the verse numbers in the Torah actually coincide with the exact Jewish year when these predictions occurred. You can see this on our DVD message. This is a stunning Hebraic revelation. There is a new demonic principality dominating American culture and politics that I expose in the message. The third Exodus, America is fighting the Ramses spirit. Ancient history is now repeating itself. Discover the strange and future ancient patterns now taking place across America. The message called Programming Americans to Accept the Mark of the Beast will explain how the masses are being set up right now to submit their freedoms to the global elitists who will use future pestilences, diseases, natural disasters, and food shortages in an attempt to seize control of economic power. Using details from ancient narratives, I'll walk you through the Bible and my own personal experiences in the message when Satan's ambush becomes your worst day. Satanic strategies work through personalities that create an hour of testing. Follow the playbook of the enemy, unlock his thinking, and discover how to reverse the decisions Satan has made against you and your family. My fifth message was a new message called Satan's Greatest Secret Now Exposed. Folks, this is one message your adversary hopes you never hear. This revelation literally transformed my faith, my hope, and gave me strength in a time of great weariness. You have to hear this powerful word. Jensen Franklin preached it's time to write another chapter. Shut the book on your past and write a new future. After hearing this word from God, you will do just that. Tommy Bates came in a morning service and thrilled us with his faith-building message, The Angels Are Coming. The message, which also included incredible faith-building stories, brought thousands to their feet, weeping, rejoicing, and shouting. This message will set you free from fear and anxiety, without a doubt. Listen to the revelation by John Kilpatrick, What If? Prepare for the End-Time Deception. This astonishing expose is one of the most needed messages for the entire body of Christ in this season. Now you can order all of these 8 messages on CD or the DVD. The CDs are the unedited messages and the DVDs are also unedited. But the DVDs also include the PowerPoint pictures that you can see that I use. The CDs are $55 and the DVDs are $95 a set. They come in a beautiful album. The offer number for CDs is 21ME-CD. The DVD offer number, as you see on the screen, is 21ME-DVD. I want you to order right now at perrystone.org or call toll-free 1-888-21-BREAD. I promise you this will be one of the best set of messages you have heard in some time. Your purchase goes to Keep Manifest on the Air. I'm waiting to hear from you.